Well, it's that time again. Let's walk in faith, talk about anime, and grow together. Welcome to Reb's Otaku Talk. Hey Otaku fam, welcome back to Reb's Otaku Talk, the podcast where faith and fandom collide. I'm your host Reb, and joining me are my co-hosts K2.
Howdy, howdy.
And Techs-Mechs.
¿Qué pasa?
And this is Season 3, The Character of Characters. In this season, we'll be taking a deep dive into the hearts, minds, and moral journeys of some of the most unforgettable characters in anime. This season, we're going beyond the battles, beyond the art, and beyond the hype. We're breaking down what truly makes a character compelling, their choices, their struggles, their growth, and what their stories can teach us about purpose, identity, and perseverance. From heroes to villains, side characters to legends, we'll explore how character shapes their story and how it can shape ours. So power up, press play, and get ready, because this is Reb's Otaku Talk. Let's get started. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the characters of Tani and Suzuki from You and I Are Polar Opposites. Now, this anime is a slice-of-life anime that follows two young, in-love teenagers that are in their second, third year of high school, and they are completely opposite of each other. You got Suki, who is very rambunctious, very loud, very excited. She is a very out there person. And then you have Tani, who is your class introvert, the nerd that sits in the corner, front seat, doesn't say a word, mysterious, clean cut, and you are just wondering what in the world this dude is thinking. Now, Suzuki seems to have this weird crush on Tani, so she finally gets the guts to ask him out, just to find out that he also was attracted to her. But neither of them knew how to approach each other. And then the relationship starts and it builds, and we see a lot of character development in this anime. I know this is my first time seeing this. Techs-Mechs, was it your first as well?
Yeah, definitely.
And K2, he just...
I missed the homework assignment.
He's definitely not Tani.
Nope. Suzuki! No, I'm kidding. It's Suzuki.
Suzuki, I think she did her homework.
It's pronounced Suzuki, even though it's spelled Suzuki, which makes me wonder if we're saying it right to begin with.
Right.
But what'd you think about it, Techs-Mechs?
So at the beginning, she does a lot of yelling. I'll just be honest with you. She does a lot of yelling, very extroverted. I'm watching the English dub, so it's kind of like a little annoying. She was a little annoying at the beginning, but it calms down a little bit, gets a little more serious. It's a funny show. It's a really funny show. It's a cute show, but as it gets going, it's just a little less obnoxious. Things get more involved, and I appreciate that. There's every episode is growing in complexity. It's a little more involved. You would think, oh, slice of life. It's like a boring little episode every single day, but no, there's progression to it, and you can feel it in every single episode. But she's definitely the main character, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like Tani too, because I relate a lot with him, because I was the same exact guy.
Yeah, me
in
too.
High school. Yeah, same exact guy.
And I know K2 shared before he was that guy too.
Yep.
Yeah. So we could all really relate, and my wife is like that. She was just like her. And that was one of the things that got me to say, wow, she's, look at her go. She's loud, and she's obnoxious, and she kind of commands the room because of her outgoingness, her extrovertedness. And so it is kind of funny to watch this play out and almost have a nostalgic feeling to it.
Yeah, that's the thing that got is Raver Mom. She's the one who started watching this first.
Yeah.
And she's watching it. She's like, you got to watch this. This is so us.
Oh wow.
And she goes back to the beginning of the first episode. We start watching it, and Suzuki starts getting all excited, chipper, and woohoo,
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay. And then she walks in and sees Tani and her reaction to Tani and the thoughts that were going through her mind. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, that's totally you.
That's so hard. It's so hard to imagine Raver Mom being like that.
You don't see her when the mics are off.
Right.
Whenever the mics are off and nobody is around, and she's able to just take a breath and just ease up.
Yeah.
Because it used to be whenever we first got together, that's the way she was all the time.
Wow.
But you have kids, you start working, you have to mature up, and you have to take the punches that life throws at you. But then whenever you hit that point during the day where you can just take a deep breath,
be yourself.
Oh,
that's great.
And that's her. It comes right back out.
Hey man, I'll take your word for it.
Nothing's changed. And me, I'm still just as quiet. I know I talk a lot with the podcast, and I talk to you guys a lot. But if you've ever seen me around anybody else, I don't talk that much. I was once approached by somebody who said, "You don't speak unless you have something to say, do you?" Yeah. Like, no. Why would I just talk to talk? Yeah. There's no point in me talking if there's absolutely no purpose behind it.
Right.
And
but we have grown up. You can see how, our flaws. We've worked on our flaws and smoothed them out. They might still be there, but we're more extroverted than we used to be. So we can look back and be like, yes, I was just like that. Like I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do. She wanted to hold hands, and I just was afraid to. It's because we're a kid.
And you see all of that in this anime, which makes it, which is what makes it so great. It's a slice of life that is relatable. Yeah. It's a slice of life where I know it has a lot to do with couples, but there are even some single guys in there. And just the thought of what those single guys were talking about was like, man, I remember thinking like that.
Yeah, it's pretty lifelike.
So it's one of those slice of lives where they made it right.
Yeah.
I know K2, he hates slice of life stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of them myself.
But this one is unlike any other slice of life that I watched. And I watched quite a bit of it because I actually don't mind the developments and stories like that. But this is the first one that I've watched like this.
Is it actually more complex? One of the more complex
ones?
Yeah. It's deeper, right?
The fact that the character grows, like you can see a character development, and it's pronounced.
Yeah.
But it's a character development that's relatable. And there's growth in it. You don't see many slice of lives where there's actual visual growth, where you can see them maturing, you can see them growing in their life, you can see them making better choices. It's not so dramatic like some of the other slice of lives that are out there where it's so drawn out it's not funny. Now, I was telling you earlier, the manga is only 8 volumes long, but this is like a 13 episode season, and they're already doing a season 2. So the fact that they are able to take 8 volumes of manga and write a story that is so relatable and that is so what word am I thinking of? I want to say copacetic, but grounded? That seems a little
relatable.
There you go. We can say relatable.
Say it 2 times.
we could say relatable. Why not? But it's something that you can immerse yourself into.
Yeah. Now, I will say it's a little girly, man. I want to tell you. Suzuki is the main character, so everything is going... All the thoughts are coming from her. Her doubts and all that. And
a little known secret about Rev, okay? I like chick flicks.
It's definitely a secret, all right.
I like rom-coms. I like chick flicks. I like that stuff. Now the world does. Just because of the fact that I like the stories.
Yeah.
And there's points where I feel like I lived a rom-com drama. And to watch stuff like that, it used the word nostalgia. And for me, there's a lot of that comes from those movies.
They are refreshing. There's quite a few rom-coms I've watched that I felt definitely glad after I watched them.
Yeah.
They are much lighter. I can see why. That's really what my wife likes to see the most. They're comedies. Because, I mean, if your life and your everyday is full of these stresses of modern day life, you're going to want something to lift your spirits. So I totally get that. I'm just kind of making fun of you.
That's all good. So, ladies, don't let your guys fool you. They do actually like the chick flicks. Just they aren't gonna admit it.
I'm not going to go to the movie theater to watch them, but
But if you get it home
on DVD
or find it on Netflix,
not Blu-ray,
just know that he will sit there, he will watch it, and if you look over at him, he will be hiding the tears.
I'll cry when I'm watching Avatar. I don't need a chick flick for that.
Yeah, it's all right. I've already told the story about how I cry at the end of the Speed Racer movie every time, every single time. Like, there was a part in You and I Are Polar Opposites where I started tearing up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really relatable. So before we continue on with discussing and everything like that, 1 to 10 on a critical scale, or 1 to 5.
1 to 5?
What would you say?
I give it a 4. It's a strong. I will say I don't have a large repertoire of slice of life. I've never been drawn to them, but from the quality of the animation, the style, the voice acting, it's funny, it's cute, it's relatable, like we've been saying forever. It's solid. I give it a 4 for sure. Solid 4.
Me, because I have watched a lot of slice of life stuff, and being able to compare it to a ton of it, I personally give it a 5.
Yeah. Wow.
Just because of the
score.
fact that comparing it to other slice of lives and the fact that they were able to make such a quality anime with the amount of episodes and build the story and to have all that development,
Keep you hooked.
in just a short amount of time without overdoing it. It flows very well. I give it a 5.
Wow. Okay.
So I think
I can see why.
I think a 4.5 rating from us
Yeah.
is definitely deserved.
Oh, yeah.
It's honestly a very refreshing anime to watch.
Yeah, if you just finished watching something really dark, like, I don't know, Death Note or Attack on Titan, and you just have this dark gloominess over you and you need a palate cleanser, you put that on and just cheer you up.
If you're watching a long-winded anime, it's good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can say that again.
So, I mean, it's really good. Because Raver Mom's not here, I guess me and you will do the parental thing too.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that sticks out to you from a parental point?
On the English dub, it has a lot of modern language. It's got a lot of, I want to say, Gen Z slang.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I didn't really catch a lot of raunchiness. There are some acronyms. There are some things that you would see in text talk that, it's not outspoken profanity.
Yeah.
But they're just modern terms. I would use discretion as a parent in looking through that. Some of us that are millennials or older are going to have a harder time sometimes catching some of this language. But, if you're watching it alongside your teenagers, then I think it's definitely fine. But I would definitely put it for teens in high school and up, because of the romantic themes touch on the more in-depth levels of romance, of dating, those kind of intricacies, going out, being on a date by yourselves at the movie theater, being alone. So, unless you have a teen where you are comfortable them dating in middle school, I wouldn't even introduce this until they're in high school.
Well, one thing that I do like about it, you have different ways of dating in there. You have some who are like, you gotta kick it into gear, go as fast as you can. and they look at them like they're nuts, because it does kind of touch a little bit on, you know, hitting the bases, so to speak. So hitting home plate. That does kind of arrive a little bit.
Eventually.
You know, they insinuate, so what'd you do? Did you get far? You know,
Exactly.
doing the teenager thing.
The usual thing.
But what's really refreshing about it is Tani and Suzuki, they have those urges. Those urges are there, but they're going slow. They are savoring the moment. And then you have the one who acts like an old maid, who they're looking at her and be like, dude, what are you, like 80?
Yeah.
Because of the way she talks. She's a very old-fashioned spirit. And she looks at Suzuki and is like, don't be embarrassed because you're not going fast. Going slow, just savor it.
Yeah.
That is something to savor. You're lucky to have that experience, because you're in high school. It's all about going fast.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was having the experience of an actual relationship growing and taking its time, and not pushing the kissing and the making out and all of that junk. Yeah. Throughout the whole first season, I think the biggest thing was a kiss on the cheek and holding hands.
Yeah.
They barely hugged.
Yeah. Well, you know, Japanese barely hug. You know, that's the thing.
Well, but it's a cool thing to see that, because you have the showing of peer pressure.
Yeah.
But you see the resistance of peer pressure.
Right, and I think that's why I think it would be kind of lost maybe on the middle schoolers.
Yeah.
But once you know, ninth grade and up here in the West, I think it would be good.
Yeah,
they would get it.
It's a good way to teach a lesson.
Yeah, because there is a point where I think is where I just passed, where Tani's parents and grandparents all go out, and they tell him that the house is going to be alone, and I guess he invites her over.
Yeah.
But she does say, hey, did your parents know, your family know that we're together? He's like, no, they don't, but I don't really tell them much anyway. She's like, I just want them to know because I'm eating their food, and we're studying. Yes, we are actually studying. But I'm in their house, and you know, they don't even know. And he's like, it's fine, you know. So I would hate to try to incorporate that into like maybe middle school or earlier, to think that it's okay.
Because that right there speaks to where it's from. That speaks to the Japanese end.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you know, they have a different respect system than what we have over here.
Yeah.
Lord knows I would not let my daughter go over to some guy's house alone. Be like, that dude ain't gonna live.
I don't
too
think their
long.
parents. I don't think either of their parents knew that, so that's why. Like, they were supposed to be at the library.
I find out that Princess Mononoke ends up at some dude's house. That dude ain't
it's
gonna
on.
be alive too long.
And I think the grandma comes back, and she was leaving.
She catches him,
Yeah, and she's like, kind of a spoiler. But she's like, oh, you know, I can't trust these kids. You turn around and you turn your back, and they're becoming naughty, you know. And so the show, they know what they're portraying.
Yeah.
These situations. That's why it's so relatable and complex, because they're not pulling these punches.
No.
You know, they know what it looked like. They know what the audience is seeing, and they're not hiding it. And it's also not graphic. You know,
Exactly.
it's rated, as far as on Crunchyroll, it says 12 plus.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it would hit better with a teenage high schooler mind.
Like 14 plus more than a 12 plus.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So, Rebs Otaku talk. Yeah, we say that, you know, go a little bit older than what they actually rated, just because, you know, they're going to appreciate it more at an older age, or at a younger age, they're going to be immature about it.
Yeah.
From a Christian outlook, I honestly think them taking their time, being respectful to each other, you know, they lead besides the going over to each other's, you know, going over to the house by themselves and all of that stuff. I think it's a very old-fashioned mindset whenever it comes to how their relationship is building and how they're dating. And honestly, this is a show that I would be comfortable with my daughters watching. I would be comfortable with my son watching it. I don't remember hearing any bad language in it. I don't remember seeing anything terrible. Even in there is a bath scene, and it's tasteful.
Yeah.
It's not something that I'm gonna be like, oh man, what did my kids just watch?
Yeah.
They do it in good taste. It's from a Christian standpoint, I can't give you a reason not to watch it.
Yeah.
All I can say is again, use discernment, and the discernment that I would say use is on the age.
Right. Which I think we covered.
And
so, the way that the main characters approach the relationship, it is with a pure heart. Even with all the intricacies of expectations, peer pressure, and social politics, all that we all know and remember from high school. The fact that they like each other and the way that they're both being very careful about the entire thing. There's no malicious intent or this kind of like lustful tendencies that are coming out of this. That's why I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
With the show.
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry. Besides, the banter of about how far the relationship
the friends are really gonna ask.
Is even with the friends, whenever it comes to who they have a crush on, it's very innocent.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it that's hormonal.
Right.
Yeah.
And her friends, her girlfriends are gonna try to get the most out of her, but if you ask them, they're gonna like, oh, deny,
Yeah.
Because it's all about it's how
play.
girls are.
Yeah. It's being playful.
The guys, they're just trying to give each other tips and trying to have a good time. That's why it's so relatable.
Yeah.
And it's in good faith.
Yeah. I think it's the original purpose of this episode was to talk about the dynamic between the relationship.
Yeah.
The girl versus boy type deal. But the biggest part about this anime that I like is the fact that they are literal opposites. One's quiet, one's loud. One's rambunctious, one's chilled. One is scatterbrained, one is solid-minded. But you don't God makes someone for everybody. I truly believe that if you are single out there, I honestly believe God has someone out there for you.
Absolutely.
And, sometimes it just takes time. Some people don't find that one until they're in their 50s, 60s. Some people find it early. Me and Raver Mom got married whenever I was 18, she was 19. I literally gave my report card, my last report card in high school. I brought it home to my wife, not my mother.
Did she ground you?
No, I did good.
You did good.
I ended with a 3.5 GPA. I'm all right.
Of course you did.
So I had to do better. I had to do better, with my college classes. I'm sitting at a 3.9 in college right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yep.
Definitely Tani.
I did not like the fact that I did not get a cord in my high school graduation. I'm like, if I'm going to get a degree, I'm getting a cord. I want a sash. Give me
nice.
something,
Yeah.
I want that's what I want. I want to get my degree with a higher honor this time.
When you jump into the workforce for the rest of us.
I'm already in the workforce.
Yeah.
I've got a whole semester left and I'm done.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
It's awesome. Good job.
So it's really cool. I've changed my major like 4 times.
Yeah.
But that's because over the time, and I appreciate the fact that I had the opportunity to have this long length of time. I know it's supposed to be like a 2 to 4 year degree, but to have the amount of time that I've had to actually think about what degree can I get that would work for me.
So you're saying after this semester, you'll finally be able to be a professional underwater basket weaver?
Yes, I'm very proud about that. I can't even go underwater.
Go underwater. Are you too buoyant?
No, my after 8 surgeries on my ears, I'm not going anywhere near being under the water.
Yeah, that's not safe.
No, it's not.
Pressures and all that.
But
No, that's a great feat, man. I josh you, but yeah, I had my kid early too. Yeah, I got married a year after you guys did, pretty much. I was 19, she was 20, and right out of high school, I picked expert mode for life. It wasn't gonna be easy. Had our firstborn son, and I'll never take it back. Great thing, but it's just that's the path that I chose. So
Yeah.
college wasn't really in a question, and we did what we could. And I don't have regrets when it comes to those choices. When it
Yeah.
comes to having to feed the family, working hard, taking the licks, because having a terrible boss. We've all been there, and knowing, man, I gotta just stick it out because I need this job.
Yeah.
So I have to eat all the garbage and keep going, keep trucking.
yeah,
So
it's one of those things where they're trying to push you out, but it's better to get fired so you can collect unemployment off of them.
I've been to that point. Trust me. I never put my own work ethic into question, but I was at that point too. Hey, the worst that can happen is that they fire me, and I collect unemployment and move on to the next one.
Yep.
Most of the time, I move to the next job within 2 years, and usually it was a better job every time. So it's worked out.
Yeah. But
Opposites. It's a mystery to me now. I mean, the best thing I've come up with is that, like you said, God makes someone for everyone, but it's something about when the attraction between an opposite, the way that you are being opposite from the one that you're attracted to. It's like it's natural. It's like you're covering. I think God designed it to be that way, because you're covering their flaws, and they're covering your flaws. You're
Yeah.
covering their flaws, and the more time you guys spend together as a couple, you're imprinting your qualities onto her, and her qualities are coming onto you.
yeah,
And together, you're able to bring children into this life, and you're able to smooth all that out to imprint that onto the child.
yeah,
And it's like this refinement. It's like a process of refinement that happens over time. As long as it's within, you're staying within Christ, of course. If you veer from Him, the sky's the limit to what you can mess up. But it's always been a mystery. Because I distinctly remember in high school, I had almost everything figured out. Who I was gonna be, what my type was, and this girl, she's gonna be this way and straight hair and all this, and it was
Yeah.
the total opposite.
You said straight hair. That's not Miss Tex-Mex.
That's right.
I'm gonna come up with a nickname for her. I promise. Whenever that happens, she'll have her
SoCal.
own avatar. But that is not Miss Tex-Mex.
I'll just go ahead and say that she was gonna be quiet. She was not like, hey, like quiet woman. I mean, like, just she was gonna be introverted like me. She was gonna be, absorb everything intellectually, think about it, and a lot more reserved. And like I said, when I saw her, my actual wife, total opposite, and there was no stopping it at that point.
Yeah.
It is very biological, maybe to the point of spiritual, to the fact that you can say, wow, that's the word that comes to mind, just wow. It just takes your attention, grabs your attention, and there's something about them. It's almost like saying, they say love at first sight, but in a way that it grabs your attention. You're gonna know that person, there's something about that person, and I'm drawn to that person. What is it about this person that is causing me to go after them, especially when they're opposites?
I was 14 years old, about to turn. I was about a month and a half before my 15th birthday, whenever I first met Raver Mom.
Yeah.
And I didn't even hear that girl talk. I saw her leaning up against the billiards table, and I said, in my mind, only thing that crossed my 14-year-old mind was, I'm going to marry that girl.
They put on the jukebox,
I'm not that old.
You made your
man.
way over there.
Not that old.
Did you smooth your hair back with that grease?
I may be the oldest person in the room right now, but I'm not that old.
Are you always the oldest person in the room?
I used to always be the youngest.
Me too. I remember those days. I do remember that. I was like, man, it's
And now I think K2 is the youngest in here.
yeah. Yeah,
That's a first.
But if you think about it think about the relationship from a biblical standpoint. Whenever they talk about humankind, we are born of the world. But whenever we come to Christ, we are no longer of the world, we are of Him. We are of His blood, we are of His family. And whenever it talks about the relationship between mankind and Jesus, it uses the bride and the groom. The groom is what Jesus represents. He represents the person standing at the end of the aisle. He's the one standing at the altar, and we are the bride, and He is waiting for us to come to Him. And it's very, very symbolic, because if we are born of the world, and in that scenario, we've already talked about how we are DNA programmed to look for a savior. But as we are of the world and we are looking for that savior, we are naturally attracted to the savior characters.
right.
And we are naturally attracted to Jesus whenever people finally take the time to listen about what Jesus has to offer. They become so attracted to Him, whether they look away or not. As soon as that seed is planted in your mind, you constantly wonder, you constantly ponder on it. It consumes you.
Because this is what you're missing.
And that, I believe, that right there is the complete opposites. When you're of the world, you're of sin.
Right.
When you're in Christ, you're a new creation. You're
That's a great
something
illustration.
completely else.
Yeah.
And I think that's the fantastic thing about, opposites. We always hear opposites attract. K2, have you ever met an opposite?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Well, we got to introduce you to the fusion of Raver Mom and Miss Techs-Mechs, because then you will see the opposites.
Fusion.
Well, yeah. But to think about how opposites attract, we as guys, all three of us are introverted. And whenever I thought about, my future wife whenever I was younger, I also thought I'd marry an introvert, just because of the fact that I didn't see myself attracting somebody outgoing. I didn't think I'd attract somebody who looked as good as she does. And, it just, to me, it wasn't in the cards. But as soon as I saw her, she was a social butterfly. She still is. And I didn't even have to talk to her. It's like, yep, you're it.
Yeah.
And then in my head, I'm thinking, but how?
Yes, but how?
Because
So you devise your evil plan.
Raver Mom will tell you, whenever she saw me, the first thing she thought was I was a short, dumb dork.
Oh.
I was a dopey dork. Yeah, and she had no interest in me whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then the next time I see her, I'd gone through a bit of a growth spurt. I grew into my weight a little bit.
He was jacked.
And at that point, I caught her attention.
Nice.
And it's crazy how God works with that. But I was lucky enough to meet my wife at a younger age. You were lucky enough to meet yours at a younger age. K2 is yet to meet his.
Yes.
She's out there though.
Hopefully.
Trust me. There's somebody in some country somewhere who is hearing this, whether it's here, Europe. They're gonna show up here anyway.
I will trust the process.
I'll trust the process. I love that.
Yes, just know that whenever she comes into your life, she's got to meet us.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be stressful.
just warn her. Just warn her. We're nuts.
You know, I was actually something came to mind as you were talking about that illustration of the groom and the bride, and it kind of hits me because it's just so obvious. You know, about opposites.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious the truth that woman is made from man.
Yeah.
That God took a piece of man to make woman, and ever since man has been incomplete unless he is with the woman.
Yeah.
And that is why it's written that we become one flesh after marriage,
Yeah.
because we are now complete. So to say, hey, opposites attract, is because there's a part of you that is missing. It's a part of you that when you come together, you become one and you're whole. You know, and I was like, how did I not know that? It took a pastor to tell me that. Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So, ladies, whenever he says that you complete him, he's telling the truth.
Yeah, it's not just Tom Cruise.
You complete me. Now, I grew up with old-fashioned pastors that would always say that, here's my wife. She is my rib.
Really?
That's how they describe her all the time.
Really?
And I'm saying that in like a Tennessee type accent because all the pastors I knew back in the day came from Tennessee for whatever reason.
That's kind of a HQ up there.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. And well, I was raised in a church whose headquarters is in Tennessee. That probably explains everything. But every time one of those old-fashioned preachers would show up, this is my rib.
Yeah.
And he always referred to her that way.
Makes so much sense now.
And it's, and it's the fact that he is literally saying in a biblical way,
Yeah. She completes
this is the person who completed me.
Yeah, and it took me longer than I want to admit, but to say, everyone has, especially here in the West, we have everything. We have a wish list, a Santa Claus list. I want this car, I want this house, I'm gonna make this much money, and so like I said, when I was in high school, I had that list about who I was gonna marry, but I got the opposite, and so it wasn't exactly what I wanted. It wasn't what I desired and what I thought I wanted.
Yeah.
God gave me who I needed.
Exactly.
And it's taken me longer than I want to admit, but that is how looking back over our 14 years of marriage, I can say that it wasn't what I wanted, it's what I needed, and you're always going to appreciate getting what you need more than what you want.
Yeah.
Because I've grown because of it.
Yeah.
I've changed because of it for the better. And like K2 says, trust in the process. That's part of the process, and trusting it and just loving and getting love back. That it's simple. It all sounds too simple, but we get caught up in everything else. The norms, the expectations, the attractions, the peer pressure. Just knock out all that noise and just know, hey, there's a reason that I'm attracted to this person. There's a reason that I'm drawn to this person, and this person believes in Christ, because my wife did at the time, and that wasn't really a prerequisite for me.
Yeah.
But just looking back, just the way God works, He put two Christians together, and it was that much more right. So trust in the process, trusting in God, continue to move forward, and your paths will merge at some point.
And one thing that I like about the anime, about you and I are polar opposites, and the relationship between Tani and Suzuki, is the subtleness that they put in there of how they affect each other. I know people out there who say, I will never change. No woman, no man will ever change me. I'm sorry, but you are naturally going to change.
Yeah.
You can say you're not going to change all you want to, and if you fight it, it's only going to cause problems. you are naturally going to change because of the fact that you, as you said, you become one flesh, you become one person, you complete each other. You are there to help better each other's flaws. You are there to be the strength when the other one's weak. And that right there, you become each other's anchor. And whenever you're anchored, you are naturally going to shift. You think of a ship. You're tossing back and forth on the waves. You're being pulled by the current. You put an anchor down, you're not going to move. Whenever you become anchored, you're not going to be pulled by persuasion. You're not going to be pulled in any direction other than the foundation at which you're anchored to.
You're cleaved onto that person.
And with Tani and Suzuki, where you see their character develop, and it's so smooth and so natural, is the fact that you see Tani start to come out of a shell just a little bit.
Yeah.
You see Suzuki go from being loud, rambunctious, and explosive
It's more thoughtful.
and you see control.
Yeah,
You see
focus.
her mind start to focus in more. You see her to be more thoughtful. And you see this organic change. There's the word I was looking for earlier.
Was it?
Organic. You see this organic change in their character. It's not that they are changing into somebody else. It's that they are growing. They are giving positive growth to each other. And for their characteristics and what makes them to grow, and to to see that in an anime art form. It's the medium,
Yeah.
but it's true. Once you cleave yourself and you anchor yourself to the person that God has for you, you are organically going to change. You're going to grow. They are going to better you.
Now, it's not painless.
Lord have mercy.
Don't leave that part out.
I don't want to scare people.
Hey, we got to give them the whole spiel, man. It's like, I know we touched it on episodes before, but suffering. That's where that suffering comes from. I can't let this go. So it takes, because you're so different, because you are polar opposites, you're going to make war on each other. Well, that's not how I do it. Well, that's not right. This is how I was taught, and I'm not comfortable. But, that's a big but. That conflict and that struggle and that combat, when you guys put Christ first, put Jesus first, you guys stay together, realize that you love each other. Through that conflict, you guys are going to become more like each other. You're going to go closer, grow closer, even closer, and over time getting closer. And because you guys are compromising with each other, that compromise brings you closer. You're letting go a little bit of your old self to put on some of that new self, and you becoming one flesh. And eventually, you'll be 60 and you'll both be wearing the same colored sweaters and matching and everything. No, I'm just letting
It's a
you don't
good
want to
thing
do
that
that.
Raver Mom's not here because
Oh,
I
no.
normally match her naturally.
Oh yeah. So we go to the mall one day, and my wife has sometimes pointed out, "Hey, we're all matching," and I'm like, you're right. How did that happen? It just happens, We
Yeah.
all pick the same colors, but yeah, that conflict is necessary. The fighting is necessary. Of course, don't go too far. Don't take it too far. But there's gonna be disagreements, and it's gonna bring you closer. But recognize that's the process. Recognize that's what couples do, and it'll get better and it'll get better, and you'll look back and the little things you used to fight over are nothing.
Well, the beautiful thing is that the growth that comes from it is a major change. And I know that there are some things that me and Raver Mom used to argue over that, looking back on it, it's like, why did we even do that? But there are things that we argued over that actually have become tradition for us. The compromise became a tradition in our family, in our household, and it became something completely new. And to see the conflict produce something new like that. It was like, wow.
Yeah, like kind of a tradition where now I drive the vehicle wherever we go.
I now have a permanent passenger princess.
Exactly. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about out there.
But yeah, it's you're right. There is going to be struggle in relationship, but you can make it through. A lot of marriages, especially nowadays, end very early because of the fact that they cannot commit beyond that part. Everybody loves the honeymoon period.
Right.
And we are seeing Tani and Suzuki in the honeymoon period.
Yeah. We know that struggle's coming.
And I don't know if we're going to see the struggle from them because, like I said, the manga is only 8 volumes.
I think we will. It might be like the second arc kind of thing.
After the honeymoon phase, that's where and this is looking at it from a psychology study standpoint. Your first 2 years of your honeymoon stage, and between years 3 to like 10, those are the years that you're going to be on each other's nerves all the time. The new love is gone. Now you are learning who the other one really is. There is no preparation in the world that is going to prepare you for learning who someone truly is in a relationship. I don't care if you've dated them for 6 years. I don't care if you lived with them for 10. As soon as she takes your last name and signs that paper, you're going to learn another side of her because guess what? Now you're hers.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today.
Guess what? Now there's no easy way out. So you're going to find out who that person is 100%.
And that's why I hit on that point. When you putting Jesus first, it's the only way the relationship should survive.
Yeah.
There's no other way. I've seen, it doesn't matter if, you guys make the most money in the world or, you're both so complement each other's personalities so great. You're both best friends. I hear it all the time. The relationships do not survive if Jesus is not placed first, because that's that foundation, that rock. That's to say, we made this covenant with God, and we're not going to break it.
Yeah.
And they're gonna stick through it, and not only that, but taking on the actual definition of love, where it's not that it's an effort, but it's deliberate. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
That it's a deliberate love. You're sacrificing, you're giving, you're forgetting the things that. We're forgetting the wrongs. You're forgiving. You are covering all the flaws. There's so many things that the modern. That's why we're in so much trouble in the West, because the divorce rates are through the roof. Marriage is no longer respected as an institution, and it's ultimately because we've walked away from Christ as a nation, as a society. But if we bring that back, starting with Him, bringing Him back, coming to Him and coming back to Him, and then bringing those strong marriages back together again, you'll see everything change. And it doesn't have to be the same story for everyone. And just when you're married and you can say, I put Christ first, I put Jesus first. That's always the answer.
People don't realize that there's differences in love. I can't remember the exact names of them because you have like agape, and there's like 2 other ones that I can never remember, which is terrible because whenever a pastor starts preaching on love, that's usually the first thing he kicks off with.
Agape, yeah. But it's like they're different loves.
Well, agape is God's love.
Yeah.
So I remember that one very easy. But whenever you look at the love that the world has, I love you. I will love you forever.
I love Cookie Crisp. And I love kittens.
I love you like snickerdoodles. You don't love me that much. But a biblical love is completely different. Yeah. A love in the world's eye view is actually infatuation.
Right.
It's obsession.
Right.
Whenever somebody says, I love you,
Attraction.
it's because that they are just, it's mostly a lustful thing. They see something that they want, that they crave. Love is a
They get bored of
craving.
them.
And it's like eating Oreos. Everybody loves an Oreo, but once you're down to your like 10th pack in a single sitting, you're not going to love Oreos that much, are you?
Right.
That is now going to make you sick. But for people who base their relationships on that type of love, you're not going to get it. It's not going to go anywhere. That's not a love that's going to last.
No, it fizzles out.
That's going to be, okay, I hit year 5, I don't love you anymore.
Yeah.
You
bye.
just aren't attracted to them anymore. They showed you who they are, and you don't like it. Tough cookies. But a biblical love. I think it was our first season, we did a Valentine's Day double feature. And one of the things that we talked about was First Corinthians chapter 13, and it's a biblical love. It says, love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth, as it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails.
And some people might hear that and say, man, I have to become a whole other person to just to be with someone. And I would almost argue then, yeah, you have to be, this is who you have to be to love someone.
Well, what you got to think about is this kind of love is not an emotion. The type of love that the Bible talks about is a choice.
You don't have to thank me.
Oh, Lord.
And you never will.
It's the love that you make a choice to have. Whenever you have a world and the love in a world's eye view, it's a love that's very shakeable.
Right.
It's not an unconditional love. It's a very conditional love, because once that thing that you love about them seems to go away,
the love stops.
The love stops. That's not love, that's attraction.
Right.
But if you truly choose to love them, if you make that choice to love them, you're going to look past it. You're going to have patience with it. You're not going to dishonor them. You're not going to let what's going on make that relationship fail.
Right.
And going back to Tani and Suzuki, the fact that again, it's a slow moving relationship. They are, in one episode, you started seeing different things that made them nervous or made them question. Like, why would this girl want me? Why did she choose me? Mm-hmm. What does she see in me? She's attracted to this whole other version of guys.
Yeah.
Why does she love me? Why does she want me? What's up with that?
Man, I was just happy that I was pulling one. There's no way I'm asking questions. What do you mean? Like, why do you like me? And
I loved whenever Suzuki looked at him and said, because you're the one I chose.
That's right after she said, I like all kinds of guys for all kinds of reasons. And I was in his mind, I was like, oh my gosh, you just messed that all up.
But her response wasn't because I'm attracted to you. She was talking about what she was attracted to when she made that statement.
That's true, yeah.
But in his discomfort, whenever he was talking about changing himself
to match him,
to make himself more of what she was attracted to on a physical sense. And she's like, no. I like that you are sure of yourself. You are the one that I choose. You may not be the heartthrob. You may not be the pop star. You may not be the bad boy. I chose you.
She did call the other guy hot though, and she kept calling him adorable, and then she called the cat adorable, and it clicked. He was like, "Wait a minute, is that I'm just like adorable like the cat, but she thinks this guy's hot." So I don't know what I think about this.
Well, that's
part of the process.
that's part of being a teenager in love. I'm sorry.
Right. Getting jealous and kind of having your first little argument, a little fight about, why do you think Henry Cavill is hot? But you like me, It's all part of the process.
Yes, and I can almost guarantee that if all of these Hollywood actors who are completely jacked were their teenage versions, they wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah, I know.
They wouldn't have been attracted to any of them. Yeah. I've seen the yearbook photos of some of the celebrities, and it's like, wow. Yeah. I thought I looked bad.
We also don't have, top grade, Hollywood personal trainers and nutritionists, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna make an excuse.
Being healthy costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it does. And it's Henry Cavill. I mean, come on. It's like a national treasure now.
Now.
Even though he's British, he's imported.
But the fact that I love the word choice though.
Yeah.
I chose to love you.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack there.
Whenever you're a teenager and you're in high school and you're in that girl crazy, boy crazy state, there's no choice about it. You're just attracted to whatever has legs and walks.
Yeah.
That's what you're attracted to.
Yeah.
And that's what you think you love. Yeah. But the moment you say, I want to wake up every morning and I want to choose to love that person for the rest of my life.
And it's not without work.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Well, I'm just saying, Raver Mom, I apologize to you over the airways.
She's not listening.
I am difficult to live with.
But and they really illustrate that. There's at the very, very beginning, it shows when she's late for the class.
Yes.
And Tani he's thinking, man, I kind of missed her not being there because she always talked to me.
Yeah.
So it could have been that he might not even been that drawn to her if it was the full class and she never talked to him. But the fact that she was persistent and constantly, what do you say? Consistent. She's consistent in talking to him and, conversing and always having some kind of comment to say that it brought his attention to her and in that process bringing them closer, which caused him to like her. I think it had to do with some of that too. Because if you don't ever talk to the person...
Let's see, that's a love that's not built on attraction, though.
That's true.
That's something I really like about it.
But then we can get into attraction itself and know what is attraction.
Oh, we ain't going into attraction. I'm still trying to figure out what Raver Mom sees in me.
Yeah. Me too. Not just like...
Okay.
You have a great manga collection.
It's very small. My anime collection's bigger.
That's what I meant. Yeah. You have a very nice anime collection.
Next year, we will be married for 20 years. And anime is becoming something that we do as a couple, which is really cool because it used to be something I did by myself. One Piece, Eureka 7, Soul Eater, Naruto, Bleach, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z. Those were the worlds that I'd hide in. And now it's no longer a place that I hide. It's not a place that I go into my mind and I am still alone.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as she saw Soul Eater for the first time, it was no longer, this is me.
Yeah.
And it became we.
Yeah.
And it only makes anime something more special. Not only is it great stories, some of the best stories in the world right now are told through anime and manga.
I know. That's crazy.
And it's not just a great story anymore. it is a place where we both can go and be ourselves and do it together. And if that's not something that says growth and change has happened more than that, then
What is?
it's insane.
You know what? My wife actually liked the anime when we met. Actually, I think that time I told you about me seeing her and just saying wow, it was at a art club after school program that I had just happened to go to because some of my friends would go and I wanted to hang out, and a lot of it was with the art kids, the anime kids.
Yeah.
You know, art and anime. They go
Oh,
hand in
trust
hand.
me, I'm still waiting to see if she finishes those posters we talked about.
Oh yeah, good luck.
Now that she's pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a lot of work, but she, so we grew up in both liking it, but she always tried to find a way to predict the ending of these shows, and man, she has a gift. Man. She's spoiling these shows for me, man. She's like, oh, I bet this guy is that guy, and that's the bad guy. I'm like, no, you're ruining it. That's not the point. Is to figure it out. The point is just to go along for the ride, man.
Yeah,
And she ended up being right.
Raver mom's getting to that point.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I bet this, that guy's gonna turn on him, and that's his father. I'm like, no, stop.
We were in one of the seasons of Demon Slayer,
Yeah,
and I'm like, I think it's this.
Yeah.
She goes, nah, I can guarantee you it's gonna be this, this, and this.
yeah.
Boom, just like she said it,
Oh,
exact
gosh.
order, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Have you watched this ahead of me or what?
Read the manga.
Yeah, no, she hadn't read it yet.
Oh, okay.
She started reading that after we watched Infinity Castle. So
But
this
then you
was
know what?
after
I got
we
her
watched
back when I told her that the same voice actor that did Calcifer from House of Castle
it. Yeah,
is the same voice actor that did Mike Wazowski from Monsters
Monsters
Monsters,
Inc.
Inc. Oh,
Mine.
she was devastated.
I can see it. Yeah, I can, thinking about it, I can hear it. But
Yeah.
mind blown.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Well, there you go.
But now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
I think Christian Bale was, I think he was in Spirited Away. He was the dragon. No?
No, the
was in
dragon.
House of the
The
Castle.
dragon is Jason Marsden.
Wow. The Christian Bale's been in a couple, I think.
Oh yeah, he's been in 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
Really?
For Studio Ghibli.
Yeah. He's a recurring voice.
Well, in the English versions of Studio Ghibli, every time you look at the list, it's like we're looking at an all-star cast.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Hamill's been in a ton of them.
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst was Kiki in Kiki's Delivery Service.
What?
Yes.
What? Wow. I had no idea.
Blew your mind.
Yeah, there you go. Got me back.
But they have some very high-named people in these things, and the grand majority of them, they were not famous at the time.
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst was very young.
Yeah.
It was when she was a
So I
kid.
can't tell.
That's like Jumanji or before
Yeah.
that she did Kiki's Delivery Service. I mean, it tells you how long ago it was, but a lot of higher end actors were in Studio Ghibli films before they were even famous.
Yeah. That's
So-
impressive.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else on Tani and Suzuki that you want to talk about, or anything on relationships?
No, I'm just excited to see where it goes.
I am too. We finished season 1. I think we watched only like 1 episode of season 2. Season 2 is currently going.
Yeah.
So if you're on Crunchyroll, the first 2 episodes of season 2 is dubbed and subbed, but episode 3 and 4 is just subbed.
Okay.
So the dubbed hasn't been released yet.
Yeah.
So they are still
Working on it.
progressively coming out. So if you want to watch You and I are Polar Opposites, you can watch it on Crunchyroll. They have season 1, and as the episodes release for season 2, they will show up. So I'd say give it a watch. It's definitely different from what we normally talk about, but it's to me, it's worth it. It's worth the watch.
It is.
All right, let's close in prayer, guys. Father God, we thank you for your word. We thank you for the lessons that it teaches us. We thank you for the words that it continuously speaks into our lives. God, as we close this episode, let us remember the true meaning of love. Let us remember what love truly is. That whenever we have that person that is brought into our lives, the person that is placed in front of us, that we wake up every day and choose to love them the way that your word shares love. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Thanks for hanging out with us on Rebs Otaku Talk. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook at Rebs Otaku Talkers and on X at Rebs Otaku Talk. We'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment, leave a review, and share your favorite God and anime moments with the community. Also, don't forget to check out RebsOtakuShop.com. Grab some awesome merch. There's also an option under the podcast tab to donate directly to the podcast, because this does take quite a bit to put together and make possible. So if God lays it on your heart to support us, you can support in that way as well. And also stay up to date on events. We are looking to do events in the future. So until next time, my friends, keep your anime collection strong and your faith stronger. See you later, guys.
Take care, all.
Adios,
With
amigos.
holy inspiration, otaku life with transformation, faith and fandom, no limitation. It's Ribs! Otaku talk! From JoJo's post to Spirit Lead, we laugh, reflect, and plant that seed. It's Ribs! Otaku talk! So hit that play, don't walk away. Let's geek and grow in Jesus' way. O-T-A-K-U, talking truth in all we do. Revs crew, rolling through. Faith meets fandom just for you.
Taku taku. Ha ha!